Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's gratitude session. I was so inspired and so thrilled with everyone who came on and interacted with me last night. So I'm just going to wait a few moments to wait for people to pop on in here before I really get going, because tonight's topic is Deja Vu. So I'm just going to wait a few more moments for people to pop on in. So today is about Ascension Remembering, which is what my topic that I wrote about for today, which is Thank You Thursday. For those who follow me, hi, how are you? For those who follow me, I do write a blog called Thank You Thursday, and it is geared towards finding all things gratitude in everyday life. Hi Tanya, hello, hi everybody, welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in and popping in for tonight. Was so inspired from last night that I had to do one tonight in talking about Deja Vu, also known as Ascension Remembering, which is the topic that I wrote about for this week's Thank You Thursday. So for those that don't know, I do have a blog at hillispew.com, and it's all things gratitude, all things love, for those who know me and are getting to know me. Thank you guys for inviting all your followers. Thank you guys for tapping on the screen, showing some love. Yay, I'm excited too. So this is going to be a real interesting topic, guys. So we're going to go for the first few minutes of a brief introduction to what is Ascension Remembering. And thank you, Tanya. We're going to go into what is Ascension Remembering, which is essentially what we call it in layman's terms, deja vu. So if you guys want, you guys can go to my website right now, hillispew.com, and you can read along with me. It's the first thing that you see on the page when you go to hillispew.com, and we can go ahead and read together, or I'll just go ahead and start without you guys. So this is today's topic. It's called Ascension Remembering, and so you guys get a little bit of what tonight's topic's about. I'm going to go ahead and do a little start reading from my blog here. Ascension Remembering is another way of saying deja vu. Deja vu is essentially having small life moments where we are remembering parts of our life, of the life selection process. The life selection process is when our higher self views various life options for life lessons to be learned, to be viewed from each incarnation path, before incarnation. And that's important to remember as we go further into this discussion tonight, guys. When we incarnate, we experience the projected witness of the life selection process, deja vu. Essentially, remembering is knowing the path we choose and all is happening for the purpose of awakening our higher self, coming into alignment of the whole entity. The whole entity is the combination of the soul, the physical body, and the cells in us. The cells, our DNA, carries information from previous lives, experiences, the current one and the ones before. Us having access to total information of each life that make up the Ascension Remembering. So it's really important to, hi guys, welcome. So it's really important to really, when you have moments of deja vu, it's really important to really sense what it is that you're feeling in those moments. Is it something that's familiar to you? Is it something that could have happened recently that you're experiencing again? It's really important to register what you are feeling in those moments of deja vu. So there's 31 of you guys in the room, and I want to get the ball rolling. So I know some of us has experienced deja vu, and if you have experienced deja vu, what did it feel like for you? Just want to hear from you guys tonight, because I could talk all day till the cows come home and all night till they go to bed.
Please do.
Yeah, so that's a good start, Janessa. Replaying history, a sense of familiarity. Yes, those are good starts. So when we have a sense of history, like it happened before, something familiar, that's because, as I mentioned in the opening paragraph of my blog, is that before we incarnate here on this planet, we go through what I like to call the life selection process. And what that is our soul views different lives before we incarnate here on this planet. So we have option A, B, C, or D, or however many, I'm not sure exactly how many options there are that we look at, but there are options that we view before we incarnate. And so we are shown little glimpses from each life path. And from that little moment that we see that particular interaction, that particular glimpse, it's like, okay, well, that life looks interesting. It looks like I can learn a lot from that one. Well, I don't like that one so much. So we get to choose our life that we incarnate into based on those little moments that we see. And so when we finally do decide to incarnate here and live that particular life, then when we go throughout this particular one that we're living, we have those moments of deja vu. It's like, oh, wait, I've had that experience before. Why does it seem so familiar to me? That's because during the life selection process, you were shown that life, and your cells, your DNA, carries that information that we have seen from that life moment into the life now. So our DNA, our body, our cells, if we talk to them, they carry much information about who we are now and where we are planning to do. You guys are following me so far? Does that make sense to you all? Does it, all have all the links in the chain are linked together? We're moving on. Great, amazing. So, along with us having those life moments in deja vu and having, what about when people say they didn't sign up for this? Well, you actually did. You just don't remember that you did. I'll answer your question in 1 second, Janessa. So basically, when you say that you never signed up for this, that's in contrast and in contradiction to what your soul really required or requested of you to be present here in this life. So yeah, we all signed up for it. We all made the choice. We all signed a contract, a soul contract, to allow ourselves to be present, to learn the lesson, to move forward, to evolve and grow in this life. Yes, exactly. Janessa, I saw your question, I remembered it, and I forgot it, and my photographic memory isn't working so well right now. So if you can put that question back up for me, love, and I can go ahead and answer that for you. And thank you guys again for tapping the screen, showing some love for what you guys hear, and inviting followers. I appreciate that so very much. So yes, the lesson to be learned is one that you have to intuitively feel. And it's different for every phase of your life. So this is one of the things that I've always learned and was witness to. Is that anytime when there's a particular theme that shows up in your life multiple times, then that's the lesson. And the lesson often repeats itself until you have learned that. And just to give an example, well, I can't even think of one right now, but just for you to get an idea to decipher what it is that's happening and what you are feeling is an intuitive notion. Call it women's intuition, call it, a gut feeling, call it something that's more familiar to you that you've ever known before. Yes, exactly. So you know this. Then that's it. It's all familiar to you. So the lesson that is being learned is a lesson that you have asked for. And so think of it this way. If you are learning a lesson and it feels right to you and it feels like you're progressing through it, then it's the one that you were meant to learn, that you've asked to learn. However, if you feel that this lesson that you are experiencing is not for you and you don't feel good in the process of experiencing and learning it, then maybe it's time that you take a look back at the experiences that played out in the lesson that you are involved in. So, and think of it that way. So thank you guys. If you're just tuning in and watching, we are talking about Deja Vu, as I like to call it, ascension remembering, and how that plays a role in our everyday and how we experience it in different ways each day and every day in our lives. So going to the next point that I have to talk about is another form of ascension remembering, lucid dreams. Has anyone out there experienced a lucid dream? If not, I can give you an example of one. Yes, exactly. You have to definitely have that space of love to allow that to come in. But okay, so I'm just going to keep it moving because that's what I do. So an example that I have of a lucid dream. And first, the definition of a lucid dream is a dream that is so vivid and so real that you even remember it like it was last night, even though it happened years ago. So that's pretty much the idea of a lucid dream. And my example for you, yes, exactly. So everybody's had a lucid dream. So one particular instance where I felt my life shift is this one particular lucid dream where I was a samurai warrior and I was on the battlefield. I was all by myself, no one else. It was just me. And I noticed the traditional Japanese tower behind me. I don't know what the real name is for it. But anyway, I turned around to retreat in this tower to find safety, security away from this army that I have to fight. And so I run up the stairs through the tower, vanquishing other ninjas, other enemies, and I reach the final place, the final tier of the tower, and the stairs just fell out. So I'm on this landing. I have to make it up to this other landing to make it across to safety. And so, 1 second, so I might want you to put that question back up. So in order for me to make it, I have to jump up. I have to jump over. So I jump over to the landing to secure my place, and I lose my samurai sword. I'm like, lose my katana blade. I'm like, what's going on? I lost my sword, and I don't have anything to fight with. So I'm standing on this platform, seeing all these ninjas closing in to vanquish me. I see a window that I could jump out of. So I run and I jump out the window, then I turn around, and the next thing I know, I'm breathing fire and vanquish all the ninja instantly. And I woke up. And the most interesting and odd thing about that dream was not the fact that the dream happened and how it took place, but when I woke up, is the fact that I felt like that I actually breathed fire. My mouth was a little damp, a little hot. It was kind of like, what just happened? And it was so much a connection that I had to a past life. That's why that dream was so profound or so prophetic to me, is because I've always had this fascination with katana blades and the way of the Japanese and the samurais and the honor that they give themselves, that they are bound by certain codes and boundaries. And I knew on some level that I related to that on a much deeper level, but when I had that dream, it really explained a lot to me. So yeah, so that was my. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, sometimes if you wait long enough, you get your questions answered. So yeah, it's so sometimes when you do have lucid dreams, not only are they connected to past lives, they may be also connected to other people in this life that are on the other side of the veil in the spirit world that you may be called upon to assist. Another example of another lucid dream that I've had where I've rescued people. And it was a two-part dream, a little did I know. But one dream that I've had, I was a leader in a small little black ops group sent to save, I think it was about 6 people that was being held in this little this little prison. It was like dark and damp and real dingy, like like a really high-end security prison. So it was me and a special team that I was leading, and I went in to go rescue these people. So I had my team, and they went in, did their thing, and we released all these people. But when we escaped, when we got out, I had the way or possibility to transform myself into this giant man energy ball. It was real spectacular. But that's not the interesting thing, because the dreams tell us one thing and they lead us to people who we have to help. And I think it was about a month or 2 later, after I had the second part of the dream, that I actually met one of the people that were in the dream. Because if you ever walk up to somebody, or if you ever come in contact with someone and you may not know who they are, but their energy is familiar to you, that's a sign that somehow you are connected on a spiritual, on a symbolic level. Please explain symbolic meanings. Yes. So so it is really in timing also is when you meet with these people, because a lot of people who you may not have even met, you have connections with, but yet when you transition, you end up meeting with these most wonderful and brilliant souls who you've been connected with for so many years. So it's really amazing on that level. Yes. And so to answer Rocky's question, yes, they are your soul group. And actually not all of them are your soul group, believe it or not. Some of them could just be souls that are passing by who reached out for help, and you were the one that was closest, and you offered your help and your assistance to this soul who needed your help and your guidance, and you were there. So yes, so if you wanted to break it down like that, everyone is the soul group. Yes, we are one. We are one entity. We are one cohesive unit. Think of it this way. You have a body, and there are trillions of cells floating around in your body. And each and every cell has their own mind, their own individuality, their own purpose. But yet, at the same time, when there's work to be done, they come together in a cohesive unit to work together to help, to offer assistance. But yet, they still go off in their little lives and their little work that we know nothing about, because this is us. So think of it this way. Our body is God, the oneness, the universe, the divine, and our cells are the little individual entities that we help to guide and give direction to, yet they still do what they want to of their own free will. Make sense? Okay. So yes, they're interesting that we only see truth until just after a tragedy. Yes, I could definitely agree with that. I can go into some more personal details about that. But for those of you that are just popping in, I want to thank you all for inviting your followers and tapping the screen, show us some love. I really appreciate that. So continue to tap the screen, show some love, and continue to invite more followers. But tonight, we are talking about Deja Vu, ascension, remembering, lucid dreaming. All these things that really connect us and ground us in our everyday. And if you want to find out more about me, about my blog and what I do, you can visit HillisPute.com. Yay! But yes, it's continuing on with the subject of Deja Vu. And actually, I kind of carried into the next one, didn't even know it. So, as I was just talking about, how we are, our cells and our DNA, how they are little soldiers, little entities going on in our body that have their own purpose, their own agenda, as long as we give them the proper nourishment, the proper guidance, and they will do wonderful things for us. But what we tend to forget, or what most of us don't know, is that our cells, our DNA, those 23 chromosomes that make us who we are, they carry an abundance of information, not only from this life presently, but to past lives. And this is why when some of us go to places to get hypnotized or to have sessions of past life regression, this is how we are able to tap into that energy, because it's already here in us. And we seek that guidance to have that information to move forward in our lives, to progress, to say, hey, am I doing the right thing? Hey, am I doing the right thing? Hey, am I on the right path? Wait, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? So when we go through that cycle of questioning ourselves, that's okay, because we're checking in. We're checking in with who we are. We're checking in with what we're doing, and we're checking in to see if this is right for us. Is what we're doing a right fit? And if you guys tuned in last night to last night's scope, I don't think you can catch that one on the replay anymore. But anyway, it's all about feeling good and the importance of feeling good, because those check-in moments that we have are crucial to guiding us to say, hey, do I feel good doing this? Do I feel good receiving this? Then if the question is yes, then pursue it. Then if the question is, well, I don't know, then check in again. And if the question is no, then stop. Yes. Oh, thank you, Dennis. You're such a beautiful soul too. I can't wait to see you on, maybe Monday, Tuesday, after our special weekend. So yes. So you guys really have to stop, pause, and check in. And actually, you know what? I was getting ready to get to that. Wow, you are on top of it. I was getting ready to talk about the Akashic Records for sure. You guys are really tuned in. I love it. Exactly. You and I, we're like here now, okay? So, the last thing I wanted to really touch on was the Akashic Records. And for those of you that don't know what the Akashic Records are, it's the history of our soul. That's the bottom line. It's the history of our soul. And there's one place in particular that I visited once in my myriad of lucid dreaming. It's called the Halls of Knowledge, and it's the most beautiful place you've ever seen in your life. I can't even put it into words, the magnificence and the beauty of this place. So, but the Akashic Record is the history of all souls that you guys have access to. And I guess the best way to explain it in layman's terms, if you guys are out there are cartoon fanatics, then you will understand what I will say when I say this next. Has anyone that's watching this scope right now, have you ever watched the Avatar, The Last Airbender? It was a cartoon that came on Nickelodeon, and they were pretty much, yes, okay. Anyone else watch the cartoon Avatar, The Last Airbender? Because I would pretty much put it all into focus, and kind of like, not me having to explain so much detail about the Akashic Record. Oh, yay! Thank you! So, okay, so I don't think anyone else has watched the Akashic... Oh, I don't think anyone has watched Avatar, The Last Airbender. So, it's... I put it in like, oh, so you have watched. Yay, okay, so you guys know, I love it, I love it, I love it. So, you know Aang, he was the last Airbender. And you know that he has... or had access to all his past lives, right? And so how did he tap into that? He was able to go into his avatar state and talk to any one of his past lives from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And that's what we have the ability to do. And that's basically what the Akashic Record is. We have the innate ability to tap into our soul's history, and not just our history, the history of others in our lives, others that we are connected to help offer them guidance. And this is why we have psychic mediums, and we have anyone else that's in that world of development, because they have the ability to tap into that information, into that knowledge, and share that to offer other people guidance that they seek. And that's why it's important that when you are in that space of the Akashic Record, because you can pretty much see any and all things, but we have the choice of what we choose to see when we're in that place, what we are shown, and it's really amazing to see. So we all can tap into it. Yes, exactly. I love that, and they break it down for kids as well. I love it. It's so simple. But we have the innate ability to really tune in and really focus on our past lives to gain access and knowledge for our divine purpose here and now. And that's basically what today's Thank You Thursday that I wrote about today. And for you guys to go and read it, because it's full length on my website at hillispew.com/ascension-remembering. But if you guys go to my website, it's the first thing that pops up, so you guys can read it in its entirety to really get an idea, a better understanding of how we can gain access to the knowledge, to our past lives, and to other lives, and to other people that we're connected to live a more purposeful life and evolve into our true design. And our design is, oneness and cohesion and working together as one unit, and not being off separate doing your own thing, which is which is fine, but at the same time we all have to come together to do the work that we've chosen to do. Oh, thank you guys so much for the love and for the hearts. So this didn't take as long as I thought, because you guys are receptive. I love it. So are there any questions about Deja Vu or Ascension Remembering that I have not answered? Because I'm feeling good, and I want to help you guys out. That's what I'm here for. Because at one point, and who knows, I may have a scope on this too. At one point I was really shy. I didn't like being in front of the camera, and here I am on Periscope. Yes, exactly. You are definitely advanced. We are so connected, you and I, for sure. So are there any questions, any comments? What about sense? Yeah, so that is if you clairgustus, I think is what it's called, if you smell things. So if you have a really strong sense of smell, then you have to really interpret what that smell means for you. Because if you are going around, you smell your grandmother's perfume, then that means that she's nearby. Or if you have a familiar scent that brings up a childhood memory, then you really have to tune in to the interpretation of that particular memory. So I hope that makes sense. And yes, that's a good book for sure. But for me, I'm clairaudient, so I hear before I see or feel anything, which makes it a little bit easier for me, because spirit talks to me, and then they show me things for confirmation, and when I'm working with people, so it's kind of like twofold. Yay! Oh my goodness. Anyone else has any other questions? Because I'm appreciating this opportunity to share such wisdom with you all that other people don't really have the option and privilege to get, because I'm on Periscope. So yeah, so to find out all things about me, just go to the website, hillispew.com. But if there are not any more questions, I'm going to hold out a few more moments. Yes, do family members that have... yes, definitely, for sure. My mom and my aunt who recently passed, they visit me all the time, especially if I ask for particular guidance and help, and something that they are not showing me here in the physical world, but you know, it could be me, you know, because my awareness isn't high enough to tune in, or I'm busy doing other things. They may come to me in my sleep and show me a particular message, and it's for me to interpret whatever this message is to move forward and to do what it is that I have to do. So yeah, visitation is always there. You know, you just have to be aware of it. Anyone else have any questions about deja vu, lucid dreaming? Oh yeah, I so forgot about that. You know, and Janessa told me about that, but it's like, huh, what? I'm still new to this whole thing. Any tips on how to fine-tune this gift? Practice, practice, practice. That's all I can say. And you really, as you practice, you really discover what you are. And I have the fortunate ability to go to the Holistic Studies Institute here in New York City. But yeah, you could just, you know, find people to practice with, because, you know, during my 9 months, was it, I think, that I was studying to fine-tune my particular gift, you know, I would have study sessions with my peers in the class, and we would study, you know, our psychic abilities and see who was who. But, you know, I had an awesome, you know, teacher to help guide us in the process to discover who was more clairvoyant, who was more clairsentient, who was more clairaudient, and so on. So it really comes to what you, what's comfortable for you, what comes to you naturally. And if you hear things, then you first, before anything else, then you're more clairaudient than anything else. But it's all kind of like a balancing act, because they all work together. You know, unfortunately, I don't have, I can hear, I can see, I can feel, but I'm not so much on the smell and tasting part yet. Don't think I would want to taste stuff. But anyway, yeah, what about this? Yes, exactly. And people who are clairaudient, I think, have a little bit of advantage, because they don't have to really interpret as much. They just spit out what they hear. And then the visions come as confirmation for whoever you're working with. So yeah. Thank you guys for the love. Keep tapping the screen, showing some love. I appreciate that so much. Thank you all for inviting your followers. And for those who just recently popped in, we're talking about gratitude, lucid dreaming. What else were we talking about? We were talking about so much in such a short amount of time. I appreciate it so much. But we just really like finding how to really, yes, Akashic Records for sure. Yes, thank you, Janessa. So it's really how we really pay attention to the signs of our everyday. It's really what it comes down to, guys. It's the signs that we pay attention to every day, and how we feel about the signs that's in our awareness. Because when we become more aware of what it is that we create and what we manifest and what we choose, then everything else gets a little bit easier along the way. So if there are not any more questions, you guys, I love you all to pieces. This has been an awesome scope. I appreciate it so much. And share with your followers. And if you didn't catch it all now, you can definitely catch it on the replay. Thank you guys for watching. And you guys have an awesome night.